Welcome to my podcast. I'm going to be sharing a nonfiction novel that is about a family. How do you guys feel about not knowing what's going on around you? The fear, the emotion, the trauma. Imagine being so young, barely knowing what's going on. It first started out as a quiet place in the house of a family who was just trying to live their life. George Takei and his parents met in Los Angeles, married and had their 3 children. Throughout the book, the setting would take place at different camps where the family who held captive were forced to sleep in horse stables. They were first sent to a facility at Santa Racetrack. Then the family were forced to different camps such as Camp Rower and Entertainment Camp in Arkansas. The book first started out with his parents who were born in Japan, but moved to the U.S. as teenagers. They grew up in a beautiful home. George Takei spent how he felt when bad things started happening to him. He was around 7, 8 years old and took care of his little brother. His mom and dad owned a company. They were pretty comfortable until they had a traumatic experience. When the soldiers came in and started to kick them out of the house, he became very frightened and didn't know what was going to happen next. It was a normal day until they heard knocking on the door, and suddenly their life changed. When army soldiers approached the door, George's dad instructed George to pack up all of his things and get ready to leave the home. The soldiers were waiting on the porch, waiting for the family to leave at once. On December 7th, 1941, everyone was shocked by what they heard over the radio. While decorating for Christmas time, the family hears, "Attack on Pearl Harbor." The president called war against Japan. The family who were forced to move were sent to entertainment camps. The family was sent to a detainment facility at Santa Racetrack, and the conditions they were living in were terrible. They were forced to sleep in horse stables. The cabin was condensed, small, and hot. The people that were controlling the family and others made them fill out a questionnaire. 2 of the questions made people outraged. The questions that were asked were, would you be willing to fight in the U.S. Army? And would you want to join the military? But the thing is, if you do not join the army, they will throw you in the prison. When would this war end? When can everything be normal again? George was thinking in his head. In 1945 of August, the military dropped bombs on Japan, but the family was heartbroken because that is where their family lived. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were in the cities in Japan who got bombed. The family went back to Los Angeles and reopened their dry cleaning business. George went to UCLA where he studied theater and also had an interest in the civil rights movement. Now I'm going to be asking some questions. Where do you guys think this setting took place? Well, it first started out as a quiet place in the house of a family who is just trying to live their life. The setting would take place at different camps with a family who was held captive and were in the worst conditions possible, they felt like. They were first sent to a facility at Santa Racetrack. Then the family were forced to different camps. It was a very traumatic experience for everyone because they were very worried for their family back at home. Second question. What was the plot of the story? I think the plot of the story in this book was that the Japanese family was taken from their home. The family did everything they could to stay, but they forced them out. There were some of the thousands of Japanese nationals and Japanese Americans shipped to that camp. What were the characters like? George was the main character, and was also the main author. His mom and dad owned a dry cleaning company. They were pretty comfortable until they had a traumatic experience. When the soldiers came in and started to kick them out of the house, he became very scared. All he wanted to do was go back home and be safe with his family.